Hey, my thoughts on writing a Minecraft server from scratch in Bash. Now, you're probably thinking, is this bad cop? This is not bad cop, it appears. This appears to actually be this appears to be an unironic writing a Minecraft server in Bash, okay? I don't know what's happening. For the past year or so, I've been thinking about writing a Minecraft server in Bash as a thought exercise. You literally just said, for the last year I've been thinking. It sounds like you've only been exercising thoughts. I agree with the statement. I once tried that before with the classic protocol, the one from 2009, but I quickly realized there wasn't really a way to properly parse binary data in Bash. Take the following code example. Read this thing right here. By the way, this highly pixelized code, hard for me to read. All right, function A, read to uwu, echo uwu, xxd. This would read 2 bytes into a variable and then pass it to xxd, which should show the hex dump of the data. All right? Everything's great until we pass a null byte, 00. Not only does Bash ignore null bytes in strings, it also doesn't present any way to detect that a null byte has occurred. C strings in shambles right now. C strings are just completely in shambles. I didn't even know that was a thing in Bash, but that is so dang hilarious. True, this is so painful. Yeah, dude, how do you wait, hold on. How do you do anything? Considering that the protocol I'm trying to implement is strictly binary, this can severely mangle the data. Yes, one would assume this is true. If you have any zeros in your data, you get effed. One rating evening in January, I had a revelation. What if I reverse the order of the function? If the binary data never reaches a variable, or more precisely, a substitution, and just stays inside of a pipe, can it pass null bytes around? So it looks like you can. The answer is yes. After some iterations, I decided to use dd passed to xxd instead of just xxd, because this way I can fine-tune how many bytes to read. Okay. I'm not that good at Bash. I'm just letting you know. The length variable is assigned earlier, basing on a similar read functions. dd count equals length, bs equals 1, status none, pipe it to xxd p. Okay, so you're reading with dd. I feel like I've used a DD once before, but I can't, we're getting into the where, let's see, copy a file, converting and formatting according to the operands. Okay. Interesting, man, DD. So it's just for copying, it's just for reading and writing data. Okay, that makes sense. Copy a file to standard out. DD stands for Dick Destroyer. Be careful with that one. DD equals Disk Destroyer. Yep. I think we should open this up. I think we should open this one up to the public in some sort of server. This gave me a hex string on which I could pattern matching, or pattern replace, data extraction, and more. Sending out responses could be done analogically using XXD's reverse switch. NCAT is used for listing on Minecraft's default TCP port. It launches the main shell script mc.sh after it receives an incoming connection. Okay, this is pretty cool. The protocol is not really good, actually. You know, when designing a binary protocol, often it's never really good. Thank you, Goblin. People, by the way, if anyone's wondering, don't execute anything you see in chat, okay? Let's just, nobody here put whatever is on the internet into your machine, okay? Just be smart. Let's see. Note, the following section contains mostly a rambling about implementing number conversion routines in Bash. If it does not interest you, feel free to skip it. No, I want to know about this. The first thing one should implement for a Minecraft server to function would be the server list ping packet. Not because it's required. Heck, your server can just not reply to it properly and you'll still be able to join the game. Who makes this shit? Who does that? But because it's easiest to tackle first, it helps familiarize yourself with the core protocol concepts, such as data types, var ints and var longs. Most data types were trivial to implement, but some gave me more of a fright than others, notably the IEEE 7541985 floating point numbers, more on them later, and the so-called var int var long numbers. Those may be familiar to those acquainted with the MQTT protocol, as they're just a modified version of LEB-128 encoding. Okay, so numbers. All right, so what I'm reading here, just to be real for a quick second, what I'm reading right now is that Bash is struggling string to numbers. Okay. LEB is a compressed scheme for integers. By splitting a byte into one signaling bit and 7 data bits, the scheme stores the number length. If the first bit is 0, then this byte is the last one. Oh, okay, cool. So it's a length encoded byte. Oh, is that what it stands for? Length encoded byte? Yeah, probably. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's clever. So that way you don't have. Shut up. It's letting me. It's reminding me to work on Vim. Okay, shut up. Shut up. That's Windows little endian base. I don't think that's. I don't think that's. Is that? I don't know. I can't tell. Usually, all network protocols are big endian. If the first bit is 0, then the last. Okay, this is cool. By the way, I do like this idea. This is super cool. Else, if there's another byte after this one, great scheme. If let's see, if most of your numbers are either between 0 and 127 or 256 and this. Otherwise, it's a buy one byte and get one free situation, because numbers that would have otherwise fit in a byte get pushed to the next one by a single bit. Yes, that's because you have this whole problem right here. If your numbers, because one byte can have 256, so that means if you save one bit for length encoding, you only get from 0 to 127. So you get this like whole shitty experience going on right here. The problem I have with this in reality is that unless if you're sending a tremendous amount of numbers and a very large portion of them happen to be between this thing right here or greater, like you have like plus 50% of your numbers being between this and then the rest are all somewhere else, it's like, why have variable length encoding? It just feels painful. You know, like why not have a type, what, I guess if you type your, I mean, yeah, I can see that. Typing your packets cause a problem. Anyways, choose a different encoding. Yeah, because if you type your packet, then you got yourself like an extra byte you're wasting, all that. What about signed integers? You can still do signed integers. You'd have to just read out these 7 and then shift it over by 1 and then cast it to a signed integer. It's MC. Everything is between 0 and 127. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. Otherwise, it's a by one. Okay, so that's cool. See, look at this. Signal, there's one more byte. There's no more bytes. All right. The explanation of 127 is a drawing from red bits are signaling bits, green bits are data bits. The input value is this, which means that you're going to have to do like, to de-encode it, you have to like shift things over a bunch. It's kind of fun. This seems kind of fun here. Let's see that. Int to varint, local ABC out. I'll print this one. Out equals print this right here. If 1 is less than this, we're done. Else, if it's greater than this, then we have to do this whole business. Okay. Else, if it's this thing, then we got to do all of this, and then we get the out variable. Oh, that's funny. So there's like an assumption that you could have up to 3 bytes. Is that what I'm reading here? There's an assumption of up to 3 bytes. I've had problems translating that reference implementation to bash. So instead I played with the protocol enough to write my own from scratch. I figured out that it was basically a modulo and a division in a trench coat, which I used to my advantage in the code snippet above. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're just shifting one direction or the other because they're all base 2s. I took more contemporary approach on the decoder, using an and multiplying the results, similar to reference did it. Okay, definitely wasn't the hardest or the most annoying to implement. That one goes to IEEE floating point. I still don't like how it is sprinkled in random places in the protocol, interleaved with regular ints and longs, and in some cases even signed shorts. Damn, this protocol seems kind of wild. All right, floating point. I'm not a math person. When I see an exponential notation spewed out by Python, I scream and run. This may be the main cause of why I hated implementing these floating point converters. I won't be going too deep into the specifics of how this format works. Instead, I recommend you check out this wiki page. I don't want to. I literally don't want to because it's giant. The basic implementation requires a loop, inside of which there are negative power applied to the result. Bash doesn't natively support negative powers, which sent me on a trip to find a utility that does. A suggestion I found while DuckDuckGoing was to use Perl, but I'd consider that cheating. Not only is it considered cheating, but I think God will not have mercy on your soul if you, in 2020 anything, include Perl unironically. Alternatively, I tried using BC. Okay, BC for the win. But it seems that either it doesn't support powers at all, or the BusyBox version does not. Oh, really? Does BC not do that? Touch my Mantisa. We're not talking about Mantisas, okay? We're not talking about Mantisas, all right? Perl is the Lord's language. Doubt, okay? Doubt. You use Perl every day? Damn, what are you, a system admin still? In the world, in the land of DevOps, are you a sysadmin? Natural language processing? Nope. Refuse it. I literally refuse. I actually refuse. Okay. I refuse to buy this. He probably wears a pearl necklace. She wants a pearl necklace. For those that don't know, ZZ Top. When I was about to give up, I was reminded that Kate once made a plot program in Awk. Surely Awk has the powers, maybe even super cow powers. It turns out it does. Let's go, Awk. Let's go, Awk. With this knowledge, I scribbled a working implementation and attached it to the data decoded from the player move packet. In a trivial run, the client sent around 50 to 100 packets like that, each one with 3 doubles, X, Y, and Z. I feel like Awk is almost cheating, because Awk, like, isn't Awk just like JavaScript 0.1? Like, it's just a language that you can do that. No, Awk is useful. Okay, reasonable. Awk, Perl, BC all have their own languages. Practically, it's not practically another language. It is another language. More like C version 2. No. It's not C version 2. With Go is C version 2. Awk, you just make up variables and it starts working. Okay, that's not C at all. With this knowledge, I scribbled on a working implementation and attached it to the data decoded from the player move packet. In a trivial run, the client sent around 50 to 100 packets like that, each one with 3 doubles, X, Y, Z. It turns out that the conversion function was slow, that the server wasn't done with that workload after multiple minutes, something rather unacceptable for real-time gamers. Multiple minutes? Multiple minutes to parse 100 packets of XYZ? The easiest solution was lowering the response time, would be lowering the amount of calls to the external binary, such as awk. As most of my workload was already inside a bash for loop, I just moved the loop inside of awk, which saved me literally tens of calls to awk. Dozens of calls. Again, I feel like this is cheating. Okay, I feel like we've cheated, right? Because now, see, you're writing a different language here. Turn-based Minecraft, let's go. See? Casual 60K pog. See, that's now you're just writing awk. But this is still amazing. Hey, to be fair, this is completely amazing. So anyone... Okay, so I know, it should have been Minecraft server in awk. That would have been so good. The conversion is still quite slow. It takes 10 milliseconds on my Xeon E5. I don't even know how great that is. But this is to be expected with bash scripts. For the cheap comparison, the old version took around 350 milliseconds, but I don't have a solid measurement to prove that. Still 35x faster. Woo! Position type. Finally, something made up by Mojang themselves. Position is a 64-bit long value where 3 coordinates are stored a long inside each other. X gets 26 most significant bits, Z gets 26 middle bits, Y gets 12 least significant bits. I'm not the biggest fan of weird data types like this, but it was crazy easy to implement. Yeah, that makes sense. You're just bit shifting. Because, let's see, in Bash, because it had all the needed bit shift operators. Okay, cool. The worst part about this data type is that it doesn't actually get used much. Around half of the packet stored XYZ coordinates as separate double values. This means that the location data suddenly grew from 64 bits to 192 bits per packet. We get 9 digits of floating point accuracy if we assume that we're only ever needing to measure up to 30 million, the world border by default. The protocol gets messy with 2, 3, or more different number formats. I kind of see the reasoning as to why it's like that, but I still don't like the current state. Normal server communication uses zlib anyways. You realistically won't ever need more than 2, maybe 3 max digits of decimal precision to describe a position within a block. I am completely on board with this. What are you doing with 9 digits of floating point accuracy on a placement within a block? What are you doing? It's a little outrageous, okay? This is a little outrageous. Lastly, there's an NBT format that's also an internal thing made by Hatsune Miku herself. NBT is like JSON, but for binary data. Not unlike a JSON, it gets abused to store arbitrary data beyond spec. For example, Mojang stores a bit streams of variable length as an array of longs. If such array isn't long aligned or even byte aligned, the last long is padded with zeros. Nice. Miku mentioned, please tell me this is a pull request. Please tell me this is a pull request. Oh, no, it's not. It's a Twitter post. Damn. Have I been... Oh, I typically get blocked by furries. I don't know what it is, but this is like my typical experience on Twitter, is that whenever there's a furry, I get blocked. I'm not sure what really happened. I'm on a list. I'm on some sort of anti Anti-angry thing, bad cop. I didn't do it, dude. Why would a furry block you? I don't know. Yeah, my anti-porn rants, maybe. I mean, nothing of value was lost. I got owned. Nobody likes me with there. Okay, with all that math out of the way, here comes the actual fun part. I documented some of my adventures on Twitter, but the thread was merely a glimpse on the actual development process. Also, let's assume that we've already have a server ping packet out of our way, and it's a matter of actually making the game joinable now. To allow clients to join our server, it has to complete the handshake process and send a few extra packets: chunks, player position, inventory, join game. The two biggest obstacles on that were, of course, join game packet, the data structure within the chunk parameters. Hey, I'm watching the Prime Gen Live. Hey, welcome. Sucks to not be accepted by your own community. I know. I can't believe that my community is made up of furries, and I get blocked most by furries. I don't know what it is. It is like universal, though. Last night, there was 2 tweets I tried to go follow. Both furry profile pictures. Both of them blocked me. I don't know what it is. It just is. The joint game sends some initial metadata, player's identity ID, game mode, some information about the world, and sends 1.16 the dimension codec. This is an NBD compound containing the following fields. Lost. I think there's supposed to be something underneath here that my zoom in must have triggered a reflow. Like, you can see it. You can definitely see it right there. Hold on. You can see the thing. Uh-oh. I did the thing. I will try this again. Inspect. Here. All right, everybody sees this thing. Oh, picture 4. It's actually just what was going on underneath it. Can I control Z that? Can I bring it back? Oh, man, you can control Z in the developer panel. I didn't realize you could control Z it. How great is that? I didn't realize that Firefox had a control Z feature for deleting elements. That's great. Damn, you didn't know? Yeah, I don't program front end almost ever. Okay? Don't come at me like that. That is great. Dimension codec was part of the major pain to implement. For my purpose, I decided to retrieve the NBT field from a vanilla server. It's the only binary blob in this implementation. By the way, you can change the font to sans serif at the top of the page. Oh, you can? Oh my goodness. Dyslexia is still going to be shitty, but not nearly as shitty. I'm not going to lie to you. I was struggling. All right, at first glance, let's see, hold on. All right, at first glance, this packet looks huge and scary. If you have the table from the link above open side by side with this article, I invite you to imagine that every one of those huge bit set fields is actually just 00, and that you don't need to send the block entity field at all. This leaves us with XYZ height maps, which are fancifully encoded repetitions of that, and could be virtually anything, with ominous data fields. Less scary, right? What's the data? What's in your packets? The data field is actually an array of chunk sections. A chunk section is 16 by 16 by 16 blocks, multiple sections that can be stacked together to create a chunk. For our purposes, this array only has a single element. Just to simplify the code, a chunk section contains a block count, a block states container, and a biome container. Both of these containers use palette structures to encode possible block values. This means that before the real block data, the server has to define a mapping from local block IDs to global block IDs. Oh my goodness. This aims to squish as much data as possible into a small space. A block definition can be as small as 4 bits. This is like, now I kind of want to learn the Minecraft protocol. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of want to learn the Minecraft protocol. Okay. It kind of seems exciting. As my opinion of the wiki page doesn't explain it well enough to quickly comprehend, here's another drawing. We could learn it in Go. Pretty straightforward. It could be your name. Apparently, Primogen in the furry community refers to Primogen. Well, that's not how my name is spelled. Are a robotic closed species created by Malice Rizu of Furry Affinity. Yeah, mine's from Turok, okay? My name comes from Turok. Turok 2, Seeds of Final Boss, okay? When I was a kid, I thought I misspelt it, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever when I was a kid, and then I just kept the name. You know why? Because I just thought it was cool. So, no. Turok playthrough when? Dude, that game is so effing hard. Holy cow. That game is so hard. Changing names is hard, yeah. Turok Enjoyer. Yeah. Did you ever play the multiplayer? Yeah, you're talking about Turok Rage Wars? Yeah, I played a shit ton of it. It's my own tweet. I am not a furry, okay? I am not a furry. Cerebral Bore is great times the emaciator. Doubt. I am not a furry. Blocked. That's probably why I'm getting it. Anyways, let's see. As in my opinion on the wiki page, it doesn't explain it well enough. Here's the comprehension. Okay, so let's see. Air is 0, 0. Stone is this. Dirt is that. Okay. I wonder why it goes from 0, 0, 0, 1 to 0A. Visual mapping 0, 0, 2, 2, 1, 1. 4-bit 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Pick 5, left. The visualized palette of the global ID mapping, right, is a simplified example of how the display blocks correspond to the encoded data at a 4-bit per block. Okay, guys, why are you sending me my own tweets? What did I do here? Okay. It was a joke. Okay, it was a joke. Shut up! For me, the easiest way I found to send those data fields management-wise was to use an 8-bit instead of a minimal 4-bit block definition. This would give me a whopping 256 possible palette entries of all the available blocks to choose from. Then, writing actual chunk data would be easy to send hex numbers referencing those palette entries. Yeah, 4-bit stuff would be hard because you also have to consider padding at the end and byte alignment and stuff like that. 4-bit palette would be equally easy. A byte represented as a hex string is 2 characters, representing 4 bits. So 0, 1 would be representing 2 blocks. Let's see, one with ID 0, the other with ID 1. So it would be limited to up to 16 blocks per chunk. Okay. The standard actually allows for anything from 4-bit blocks to 9 PPP. What is PPP? Bits per block? Is that what it says? Unblock, unfollowed, blocked, GG, no re, L plus ratio. Bits per block? Okay. Otherwise, it assumes a direct palette mapping with 15 bits per block. I have no idea why it isn't byte aligned. This is a great question. I'm confused why you'd want to go to 9 to begin with, or 15. Like, why you got to go to 15? What are you doing? Bits per bit? Yeah, bits per bit. Why would you go to 15? Why not 16? The biome palette works differently in my implementation. I just send an empty palette and then maps biome ID 01 Minecraft planes directly to all regions inside the chunk. This was based on my reverse engineering of how vanilla works. I suspected that the existing documentation of this part of the packet is incorrect, as I'm either getting too much data or missing a few bytes. Okay, this is pretty beautiful. Well done. Well done. By now, we only have a plain chunk, not anything special by any means. I definitely want to make a few demos to show that the server can do more than just load and show a chunk. But I didn't want to create a separate source tree for every demo I spew out. My solution was a series of overridable functions called hooks. Damn it, React strikes again. Guys, can we please stop programming everything with Reacts? Okay? Bash React. Bash bad cop, please don't get an idea. Bad cop, please don't actually get an idea. This is just a joke. Okay, I'm just spitballing, okay? Okay, we're just joking. The gears are turning. No, we don't. We genuinely don't need this. Okay, the world does not need Bash React. Hooks equals React. It's a joke. Okay, stop being such a hooker. And the option for the server to load your own config. This allows anything from changing how the world looks to hooking up a PKT effect so your player makes ticking noises when you move the mouse. Below, I attach simple unoptimized plugin that generates a chunk with random blocks from the default palette, which makes for an oddity that's kind of visually interesting. Okay, so a bunch of stuff. Cool. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Another demo worth checking out, or worth taking a look at is Dig Me Out, a simple high score based game which throws you into a chunk with randomly placed stones and ores. Dig out the most valuable ores until the timer runs out. Did the man just skip over some emeralds right there? I thought emeralds were all like valuable and stuff. It's kind of a fun little game. What a great idea. You're telling me copper's worth it? Boomer, stop talking. Dude, I can't play Minecraft. The reason why I can't play Minecraft is perspective. I don't know what it is. It's the only video game I've ever become motion sick to. I literally have absolutely no... Well, emeralds are also for creating emerald blocks. Minecraft is the only video game I've ever been motion sick from. Change field of view. Field of view makes it even worse. I don't know what it is about the game, but having everything being squares and then stretching it out. I can play. I literally played Apex for 30 hours straight on stream. That's not a problem. Me playing Minecraft for 20 minutes makes me sick. I don't know what it is. Witchcraft, the project name, quirks. A bash is notoriously bad at handling decimal numbers. It's okay with integers, as long as you don't do too advanced math on them. But the only way to handle decimal numbers is by multiplying it on input and somehow placing a dot in the correct place for output. Because of this, most, if not all, numbers handled by Witchcraft are ints. The multiplayer doesn't really work. I mean, it kind of does, but I never really took the time to finish it up. Witchcraft is technically multi-threaded server. Bad cop, this you're calling, which means that it has to use terrible hacks to communicate between threads. Currently, most global data is stored under dev witchcraft, internally referenced as a temp. Not temp. Not temp. Witchcraft is slow, especially in terms of data exchange between multiple threads. I don't expect to be able to send massive amounts of data generating a 16 solid chunk can take as long as a second. A chunk is 16 by 16 by 16, right? That's what? 2 to the 12? Yeah. 496. That's hilarious. That is so good. That is so good. Why? Because I could, and it was fun. This perfectly valid answer, invalid question. I would never need to ask why. Where do block IDs come from? That's actually a question I have. Witchcraft internal IDs are defined as source palette and can be defined in plugins. The external IDs to which the internal ones are mapped to can be acquired from the vanilla server. Check out the data generators. Okay, why Witchcraft? A Selfiske came up with the name, possibly because I'm a bash witch and thought it was great. Okay. Big thanks to Lauren, May, and Cadence for proofreading the post. Absolutely fantastic. And then there's obviously a bunch of comments and all that. Absolutely fantastic. Thumbs up on that one. What a great read. Genuinely a great read. I love Bash. Actually, I don't love Bash. What am I saying? What am I saying, bad cop? I hate Bash. But I'm glad somebody else did that for me, because watching it happen is like watching a train wreck slowly. But somehow the train wreck was successful. You know, no one got hurt, and now we can play Minecraft. Clip it. He loves Bash. Clip it and ship it. Fish shell, my beloved. No. Okay. Awesome. Well done. Thank you. The name. I probably still won't play Minecraft. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't like Minecraft. Okay, I wish I liked it. I just don't. And of all games, it feels like I'm at a job. Okay, I'm sorry. Minecraft feels like I have a job. I don't need to have a job when playing video games. Okay, all I want are guns and things to shoot. I don't want anything else. Your kids play Minecraft. They mostly play Roblox at this point. Okay, they play Roblox at this joint, and at least at Roblox you can play. Roblox is like one step up from being mobile games, okay? I have a hard time with mobile games and Roblox games as well, but you know what? We do that. But now my kids are starting to get into things, so we've been playing like some Fortnite some more, okay? So at least I can play that. And Elden Rings. I love Elden Rings, okay? Okay, my household, okay? My household is a Claymore household. Okay? When my kid, my first one came up and said, "Dad, I want to be a mage," slapped him. Mouse went flying out of his hand. I turned off his computer, made him go into the garden. Go dig, okay? Made him go dig in the garden for a long time. When he came back, he realized the value of being a Claymore family, okay? And now we use Claymores together. Again.